Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Eric, and I'm so fired up to bring you this special interview that we have today with co-founder of Eternal NFTs, Jeff Tong. As most of you know, on this channel, we talk about sports NFTs. I do a lot of NBA Top Shot, NFL All Day, and Candy Digital, but this time we're talking about esports. This is a super exciting NFT project that's built on the Flow blockchain. It already has investors like Gary Vee, Dapper Labs, and Mark Cuban, just to name a few. They're partnered with the top Twitch creators in the game who are streaming games like Apex Legends, Counterstrike, Axie Infinity, Grand Theft Auto, Halo, and more. So if you're looking to get into a new NFT project, or if you're into gaming heavily already and you're watching these streamers on Twitch, the goal of this video is to give you a little bit of insight on what Eternal is doing with their platform, helping out their creators, and building an incredible community around the love of gaming and Twitch streaming. So without further ado, I'm super excited to present this interview with co-founder of Eternal, Jeff Tong, co-founder of Eternal NFTs. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another interview. I have here Jeff Tong from Eternal NFTs. We're super excited to have him on board. He is a co-founder, so anytime you get that time from a founder or of a company. We're super blessed to have you and have your time here. We're going to roll up the sleeves a little bit on Eternal NFTs, which I personally own a small collection of. I think they're doing a ton of exciting things in this space. And I talked to Jeff a little bit before the interview here just to kind of prep this. I want this interview to be useful for people who are coming to my channel regularly already from the traditional sports perspective, and also people who are huge into gaming and are going to be going to get into NFTs as well. So we're going to do our best to balance a little bit so that everyone takes value from the interview, which I'm sure we'll be able to do. So Jeff, thanks so much for coming on, and welcome.
Well, thanks, Eric. I mean, it's great to be here. Been following the channel because I have a small Top Shot collection as well, which I no longer have access to. I don't know if you heard. Complete lost that account because as a crypto enthusiast, I used to have a bunch of emails with all different passwords to try to stay super private and safe. And then Top Shot was one of those things like, oh, let me just put on this random account here, and then complete lost that email and everything. So kind of sad about that, but look, excited to be here. Now we have a lot of Top Shot members in our community. I think there's a huge overlap in sports, esports, uh, the celebrities in sports, like the big athletes, the LeBrons, and also the big streamers of the world. So we'll love to get everyone's feet wet in the esports world.
Absolutely, and it's something that we know is growing, and I know you're going to be able to talk about that a little bit better than I am. But why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about, first of all, just from a high level, what's Eternal?
Yeah, I mean, look, a super basic way of saying it is Top Shot for gaming, right? But let's dig in a bit more. Eternal is essentially a brand new way to help creators monetize their content through NFT technology. And we focus on gaming creators. So that's influencers, game studios, tournaments, all these kind of things. We work with these top streamers, let's say Twitch, the top Twitch streamers, take their best moments, whether it be like a triple kill, wipe the entire team, or just completely failing, or even the guy shotgunning a beer, anything like that, right? Crazy, fun, epic stuff. Turn those to moments. And just like Top Shot, our moments have a variety of different rarities, and they just contain clips of the actual stream, usually around 30 seconds or so. And you buy packs which contain these moments, just like Top Shot. And once you have these moments, you can collect, trade, and they also unlock different features within the actual creators' communities. And once you collect certain sets, there's other features that are involved. And I'll jump into all the things you could do with these NFTs in a bit. But at the end of the day, you're still supporting that creator that you bought it from. Every time you trade, a portion of the transaction goes back directly to the creator. And our goal here is to essentially help these guys find a new way to monetize in a world where the creator economy is growing and changing super quickly.
That's awesome. I've had a chance to rip a couple of packs on Eternal, and it's been a great experience. I think the first one that I got my hands on was the Counterstrike one, which is obviously a huge game, right? And then the second one was Axie Infinity, which actually developed a little bit more into some of your more unique features on the platform that we'll talk a little bit about later in the interview. But you hit on a couple of things that I kind of want to backtrack on a little bit here. Is you talked about partnering up with some creators, right? Twitch streamers, video game creators. Some of these people have incredible followings on Twitch and incredible loyalty from their fan bases. Can you talk about that a little bit, and maybe some of the people that you've partnership? Because some of the games that are out there that I'm seeing on your platform are household names, right? You got stuff like, again, in the crypto world, Axie Infinity. You have stuff that's been around, Apex Legends, Halo, Rocket League, I know, is a big one, Counterstrike, and a ton of other IRL and just regular Twitch streamers too. But what about specifically these types of creators that you're partnering with? What are some of the things that you're able to bring to them, and what kind of relationships do they have and audiences do they have out there?
Yeah, like you mentioned, streamers nowadays, or just game influencers are absolutely massive. Especially Twitch is even it's even more engaging because right now, like, there's so many people on Twitter, Instagram with millions of followers. But if you look at engagement, it's actually not super high, right? It's not like every time they post, every one of the million followers read it. But the thing about Twitch is you may only get 800, 2,000, no, 8,000 viewers, but every one of the viewers are super high engagement and super high touch. Like, they watch this person like they are their best friend, right? They care so much, and that's what leads to all those donations you see on Twitch, right? People donate tens of thousands of dollars to their famous streamers just because they feel like that's their friend because they watch them every single day. And this culture, this kind of like Twitch culture, has evolved and developed, and now we see people like there's so many huge ones. Ninja was a classic example, which has honestly fallen quite a bit. But if you look at Pokemon, if you look at Ludwig, is a great one. These people all get around like 20 to 30,000 concurrent viewers every time they stream,
Oh,
right? And concurrent viewership is kind of like the number we go by here. Followers, they have
that's
millions
crazy.
of it. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I know it's crazy, right? Like,
That's
the
capacity
moment,
at an NBA game.
yeah,
You know,
every time they turn on the stream. And what's crazy is, like, sure, NBA game, what, 2, 3 hours, maybe more, depending on the game. But these guys are going to be streaming for like 6 hours, 8 hours a day, right? And they maintain that kind of viewership day after day after day. And so the develop this super fanatical fan base that wants to just connect with them, wants to socialize with them. And there's been two ways that they've been able to do so far. One is donate money, right? Donate money, send a message, great. The streamer will read your message, say it out loud, maybe comment on it, laugh a little, that's it. Other way is subscriptions from Twitch. Subscribe from Twitch, you get a little icon beside your name, and it says, "Hey, you're a subscriber." You pay anywhere between $4.99 to $20. Twitch takes half of that, right? Not the greatest for the streamer, but it's cool. It's a thing to do. A lot of people do it. And what we're introducing here is a brand new way to interact with the streamer, right? If you think about the first two, it's about being live, it's about being there, interacting right away, or showing a symbol in chat. But now what we're talking about is, hey, you were there when you're live, but now you can also keep that moment and know that moment and cherish that moment even when the person is no longer there and when that moment has passed, right? Just like Top Shot, right? Very similar feelings. So now we're seeing all these fans of the streamers like, hey, this is kind of cool, right? They ripple in the pack just like you. See, the way you're talking about is very interesting because you know the games, right? You're like, oh, I've seen this game before. I don't know who the streamer is. But when we actually talk about Eternal through the streamers, the fans buy them. And when we talk to those fans, like, dude, I rip open this pack. I see 5 moments. I was there. I was like in chat. I was there when it happened. I typed in chat. I lulled, and it's super like magical for them to see like they were part of this creation process for this particular moment, right? So we see people start the moment they get the first pack, they get it right away. They start trading. It's kind of funny because like no, they want this one streamer they see, and they trade everything away, right? They trade everything else away, go on the marketplace, buy everything they can find of this one streamer that they like, and just hold on to it, right? It's very very interesting of a dynamic. And like you said, the cool thing here is there are different levels of fans. Streamer level fans is what I just talked about, and there's game tier fans, right? For those things like CS:GO, League of Legends, Dota, high skill games, people come, they see crazy plays, they know immediately that's valuable. They know that's like no Steph doing a half court shot just casually, right? They're like that's hard. It's very
Right.
obvious,
Right.
and to them, that's why they see that as value. That's why they want to collect it. And then after that, we have, of course, the NFT collectors who are like, who come in like, holy shit, they work with these big streamers. As these streamers get bigger in size, the NFTs themselves become more valuable as well. So I want to hold on to these. So there's all these different layers of like different types of collectors coming together onto Eternal to essentially to be fans of a lot of things that we're doing here. So that's a very comprehensive way to talk about all the different like aspects that we have here. Um, yeah, working in deeper ways, a lot of the games that you mentioned as well. I can't get into too much detail there, but there's a lot of cool things coming up.
That's exciting. Yeah, I mean, you do put something about that, and I'm definitely going to link some articles down in the description of this video here too, because I think it's important that people take a look at what your roadmap is, and also, because one of the things that you just touched on right now is you talk about the difference between a fan and a collector, and it's really not a difference, right? It's just different scales, right? Is what I think the article talked about, and I see the same thing in NBA Top Shot as a basketball fan, right? I think of it as a collector investor because we're all collectors and we're all investors. We all, for me, it is build a Top Shot collection that has a bunch of cool stuff that you like and that you can relate with, but also, you want to trade them up and you want to get that more rare moment, right? Or
Yep.
you want to be on the top of the list for your team or have the most rare LeBron moment out there, Chris Paul moment, whoever you're a huge fan of. It's a way to kind of, have a tangible, have a grasp on how big of a fan you are and keep it as a collectible, right? And
Yeah.
something that we love. It's whether it's sports or whether it's gaming or both. I think that's a cool part about just NFTs in general. It allows you to have an ownership and a collection in the things that you love doing on a regular basis. So, now that we know a little bit about what Eternal is in general, can you talk to us a little bit about where you guys are at right now as a company? I think you launched in, I want to say, May of 2021, and I know you already have, if you Google Eternal, NFTs, you're going to find the TechCrunch article where it says you have investors, big time investors like, and I think you're part of the Y Combinator, which is the biggest tech incubator in technology companies,
The world,
right?
yeah, it
Up
is.
in the Bay Area. And then you have people's names on there like, Dapper Labs, Gary Vee, and Mark Cuban. Can you tell us where you're at as a company? Maybe some stats as to how many users you have and, what the total market for gaming looks like and, what your goals are within that market in terms of share and stuff.
Yeah. I can't get into too much detail about the numbers because like the thing with these is this YouTube is going to be released 2 weeks NFT space, right? 2 weeks later, the numbers irrelevant,
Sure.
right? So,
Yeah.
uh, come to the site, you guys. Everything's on chain. You can take a look at it. But look, we raised a great round of. Um, we did mostly crypto investors. That was the purpose of that round, right? We actually had another fundraise before that, where we essentially got a bunch of money to work on stuff as a whole because of what me and my co-founder did before. Just a little bit of background, right? So, the first company I worked on was a esports company, or was very data heavy, where we took like pro match data and sold it to different news sites and betting sites that you see out there. And I sold that company in 2016ish, and went on to work on a DeFi company, which was ETFs and derivatives on ETH. Worked on that for a while between 2017 to 2019ish, and ended up selling that to Coinbase, right? So, me and my co-founder came in with like a decent amount of reputation and trust from these investors on what we can do as entrepreneurs because of all the stuff we've done before. So essentially, initially we raised a round, and we weren't sure if we're going to do another blockchain company because honestly, back then, ETH was not at the scale it is right now. I mean, it's not a scalable thing, right? And what I like doing is making stuff that have massive scale for just the general audience, right? ETH is very much look, there's a handful of whales trading back and forth. And then with the rise of Top Chart, we're like, oh, damn, now we can actually build a scalable product where the regular average person can use the blockchain, possibly without even knowing they're using something on chain, right? And that was super exciting for us. That's why we kind of again dove into Eternal and started working on this. And then, like you saw, we raised a crypto round with, actually the founder of TechCrunch was part of that round as well. Founder of OpenSea was part of that, and we just had Gary Vee, Mark Cuban, like you said, Coinbase, Dapper Labs, a whole list of amazing, amazing investors. The founder of Compound Finance, so a lot of strong DeFi people as well. Just join us, and because to them it's so obvious what's happening here. Some quick numbers on like viewership. NBA, was doing great. I think they average around 2 to 3 million concurrent viewers when they actually go live. Actually, maybe a bit less after COVID. Gaming is double to triple that number, right? When we talk about like live viewership, of course, like the biggest events and spending power of actual sports fans are a bit higher because viewers, there's for gaming, there's a lot of like kids just watching for fun.
Sure.
But if we talk about pure number wise, gaming is a huge, massive market. And there's a lot of companies in the NFT and blockchain space tackling gaming. A lot of them working on integrating with actual games themselves, right? Taking the in-game items, making them NFTs, making them tradable, all that kind of great stuff. And they do amazing things. I hope everyone does well here. But we don't touch it all. Look, we are purely focused on the creator space around gaming, right? And this is very interesting because it allows us to develop a very strong reputation in the space, which then allows us to venture out into many other things in the future as well. So, with that, with the money that we got from all these great investors, we've been able to expand the team. We're at around, I think, as of today, 18 people now. Just made
Nice.
a few more recent hires. Yep. And we're super selective with our hiring, by the way. We go through a good 5 to 10 people before we make a hire for a role, often even more. And everyone here has like the main number we're trying to increase. The things we're looking after for is look how many fans can we convert to a NFT user, and these are the idea here is look we're growing the pie for the NFT community as a whole, right? We don't reuse the same users over and over again. We're introducing these Twitch viewers into our community, and secondly is marketplace activity, of course, right? Like, hey, what kind of fun stuff can we do, like flash challenges,
Yep.
like various other things to keep it entertaining, keep it fun, make the collector experience really enjoyable, and some other stuff like I'm not sure if you saw the entire autograph stuff we're doing.
Yep. Yep.
Right.
I was going to ask you about that in a little bit, but yeah, 100%. That's amazing. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So I think autograph was one of those like strokes of genius moments that we did because we had a few problems. Like, hey, look, supply and demand, right? How do we introduce a burning mechanic as one, at the same time engage with our natural fans? So with autographs, you can essentially say, hey, I want this moment to be autographed, and you can request an autograph. But to do so, you must stake another moment that you have, right? And the moment the creator actually autographs it, the stake moment gets burned.
Right.
Right. So what's happening here is look, we're reducing supply in the actual market out there by people requesting autographs. But at the same time, um, turns out the fans absolutely love this feature because there's literally no other way to get an autograph from your favorite streamer. Period.
Sure.
Right. So they're coming in, they're buying moments just to burn for this autograph feature because they want an autograph, and that kind of cascades, and it turns out some of the creators are now charging over $100 for an autograph because they just get too many requests, and some other creators selecting ones here and there to just sign, just to make it more scarce and rare. Yeah, I mean, like, there's so many other things out there I can get into, but I kind of stop it there. We can chat more.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, no, for those of you who, just to extrapolate a little bit more on the autograph feature, right? What Eternal has done is they've given you the ability to get a digital autograph on your NFT. So it's a one-on-one interaction that you have with that creator in order for them to sign your NFT on the blockchain, right? So, if you think about it, you see those autograph collections that they have on, I think, DraftKings NFTs for the sports people out there, right? And they're the one of 10, the one of 20s, the one of, the really rare ones that come along with an autograph of Tom Brady or Tiger Woods or whatever major sports fan. But what's unique about this is that you get the NFT, whether it's a common, uncommon, rare, or mythic in Eternal's case moments. What you can do is you request a link and you interact directly with that creator to get that link signed off on. And again, the burning, as he said, is you have to stake a moment, which is put up a moment that is burned when that creator clicks on that link, right? But it does create a unique one-on-one interaction where you can just send it over to them on Twitter, or if you're a regular, I would imagine, on one of their live streams, and you get their attention somehow. And because I know people on the YouTube channel, right, since they've been following along in this really amazing tight-knit community that we have here, that I've become friends with over the past 7 months of the channel, right? Like, the people who come back, the people who comment. So I'm sure the streamers feel the same way as well, right? And they've been able to build some relationships with some of the people that are regulars on watching them stream. So
For sure.
It's amazing. And you do other stuff too, right? So we'll get into that a little bit later, but autographs is just one of the things that you do to get the community involved. We'll talk about the shards and the ability to upgrade your packs to your higher chances of getting a rare or a mythic moment in those packs, that are all unique features that I haven't seen anywhere else other than Eternal. So it's cool. But maybe we talk a little bit about some more about the business of esports and streaming, because reading through your article, right, just the common person out there who doesn't know maybe everything about games, like they're more familiar again on the game level than on the creator level. And of course, I know a handful of creators before I even, now I know a lot more after being involved with Eternal for a little bit. But before that, the guys like Ninja, and Nick Merckx, and big time Twitch guys who are, big time superstars, right? Streamers. But they're all playing multiple different types of games, and they're all good at different games, right? So you have some major gaming, you have some major games that you're able to capture in the form of an NFT. And can you talk a little bit about the relationship? Because I know the relationship that you said, it's with the creator, right? Whether they're playing, Apex Legends or Halo or Counterstrike Go, they maybe can play multiple of those. But and all those companies, or all those games, again, are owned by different companies, so the contract level has to be a little bit different. So it really is about Eternal's relationship with that creator. Who are some of the biggest ones that you have on the platform? And I know one of the things that for me, I think Apex may be one of the bigger names on there that I've heard of. And some big creators in Apex that are partnering with you. Do you
That's
see
right.
that growing? Do you see that growing into the future here in 2022? A lot more creators coming on board. Once you have those main guys, are you able to scale into something that a lot of other people are going to want to be a part of?
Yeah. So Apex is definitely like a pretty popular game for the past few years. So some of the biggest creators we have right now are, I say Rogue from Apex. He averages like 5 to 8,000 concurrent viewers, which is pretty crazy. He's a huge fan of Eternal, just kind of goes on the site randomly on stream, interacts with our community quite a bit. And then we have people like Amaranth. I don't know if you've seen her stream before. She averages like 10 to 15,000 concurrents. Pretty crazy. She does a lot more, interesting stuff. She's known for her hot tub stream.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
known to get banned off Twitch quite often.
Okay.
So that's who she is, but she's very popular as a meme and as like as a person, right? There's a whole community behind her. And then from there, we also have some tournaments that we work with, like PogChamps. That average like I think 10 to 20,000 concurrent viewers throughout the tournament itself. And essentially, what happened there is we captured the best moments of this huge chess tournaments that contain people like Mr. Beast, Ludwig, and all these huge influencers that were all part of this, right? And yeah, so like you said, the games constantly change, right? It's never the same games that stay popular, but it's more the creators that will kind of stay popular and stay relevant. So again, we don't think it too much on the game level, more on the creator level. And with working with these creators, like they essentially have all the rights to stream the content that they do. And what we did is essentially sign a license with the creator saying, hey, give us rights to essentially create content from all of your online content like YouTube or Twitch content that you have out there, right? That's kind of our relationship with these guys. And in return, like, hey man, you're gonna get 10% of every single transaction in the secondary market in perpetuity because of that. And
Yep.
it's kind of awesome because every month they come back, click this button, claim, given how big of a creator you are, a few hundred to a few $1,000s, and be off on your day, right? And
That's awesome.
it's kind of awesome. We get a lot of positive feedback from that, of course. Free money never hurts.
Yep.
But in return, they know when there's a eternal NFT owner in their Discord because we've integrated with all their personal Discords,
Okay. Cool.
and they pay special attention to these people. Sometimes they do like viewership games where if you own NFT, hey, you can play with me, stuff like that, right?
That's cool.
It's super awesome, and there's various different integrations we've done with these guys as well.
That's amazing. That's one of the amazing things about NFTs in general is I think that a lot of the projects that are successful, right? You talk about from, somebody who's just getting into NFTs or somebody who has a little bit of experience with the new world of NFTs is you talk about utility, and that right there is utility, right? Like who wouldn't want to play with their favorite streamer, right?
For
That's just
sure.
can't think of a better fan experience than that. One of my last interviews was with Jacob Eisenberg at Top Shot, and I think he said it perfectly when he said that we want Top Shot, meaning we want your experience to be as an NBA fan to be that much more enhanced by being on Top Shot, and it sounds like you want the same for your eternal NFT user base to feel that way with that creator and that relationship. Because, like you said earlier, these people watch and stream every single time they get on, right? It's like they donate money to them, they're friends, they build that relationship with that creator, no matter what game they're playing, right? Because their
Exactly.
games do change, and that's a different dynamic between esports and professional
Mm-hmm.
sports. So that's
Yeah,
something.
one more point on the creator side. So we actually don't accept every creator. We actually get a bunch of inbound from creators, much of which we're like, sorry, you're too small for us to work with. So every creator you see on the platform is hand selected, whether it be inbound or outbound, and we only work with the top 5% of Twitch right now.
Okay,
So
cool.
they're all larger creators. We have made sure their content is like good, interesting content, and that's why we want to work with them. So we don't so much see as like quantity, how many can we get, but more like how many good people can we get and work with. And
Amazing.
we're looking to work with bigger and bigger people, maybe in some names that you mentioned yourself.
Yeah, no, I was looking into when I first got into it, I was doing my research. I was looking at the people, I was looking up their Twitch streams, and I'm not a huge Twitch guy personally. Maybe I will be in the future, which it looks like an amazing platform because I know a lot of people are doing all different types of content on Twitch. But I didn't see one guy on there, or guy or gal on there that was under tens of thousands of followers, like 50,000 to at least 100,000 followers that have been brought into your platform. So I know you're doing things directly to benefit them as well and help out their streaming communities and doing creator packs now.
Yeah, that's a very interesting one.
Yeah, a little bit different, and that's another unique thing. There's just so many unique, intricate ways to engage on Eternal, which I think is super exciting.
Yeah, let me talk about creator packs. So this is something we've been super excited about. I've been testing it. It's been working really well. The idea here is like, look, the problem we had was these creators, all these fans, and they wanted to buy a pack. But it turns out these NFT collectors are kind of crazy, and the moment our packs go on sale, it all disappears instantly.
Yep.
So we're thinking like, look, how can we actually allow their fans to have the ability to get some of these packs? So what we've done is we've made it such that there are actually drops that happen on stream, but very, very limited drops, like under 20 to 30 packs, depending on how big the stream is, right?
Okay.
Possibly every stream, and it kind of drops randomly. So on stream, suddenly all these people have like a little logo that says Eternal Pack. Sometime will drop today, who knows? And then at a random point, I'll say dropping now, right? I'll kind of just change, say we're dropping right now. And this way, if you're a true fan, you'll be watching the actual stream, and you'll know, oh, I can go and get it now. Versus as an NFT collector who just is waiting for that 10 a.m. drop on Thursday, you're probably going to be able to miss out. And this way, we actually get the NFTs to the hands of the actual fans of the creator, not just all collectors. And these creator packs, 100% of profit all go back to the creator, right?
Nice.
So it's a pure donation. It's pure donation to the actual creator himself. So it's just the fans themselves are supporting the creators anyways. And the creators have a strong reason to say, hey, buy my creator packs. All comes back to me. Why not? Right. And what's important here is once actual fans have these, in the creators discourse, they start talking. They start saying, hey man, did you get this one? Did you get this one? Hey, you want to trade this one for this one? Let's do this, blah, blah, right? And all the micro interaction starts happening in the actual creator discourse.
Okay.
And once that happens, it affects everyone else in Discord. Like, what are you guys talking about? What are these eternal NFTs, right? They get interested. And what's cool is they see it from one Discord, they go to another creator Discord. Hey, they're talking about eternal NFTs as well. Like, what's going on here? Like, this is a thing now? I better be part of this, right?
Sure.
And that's kind of like the network effect we've seen and the power of creator packs. I think we've tested so far 2 of our creators, newer creators. They sold out every stream. And we are thinking we might even decrease the amount because we feel like we might be minting too much of these.
Okay.
And there's we have a lot of interesting ways to essentially enable whitelisting based off how engaged you are with the actual stream itself.
Sure.
To make sure we get into the hands of the actual fans. So
that's amazing. That's a great way to reward people who are loyal to that creator,
exactly.
and you can't be everywhere at once, right? So, in order to get that moment or that NFT, you need to have some skin in the game and you need to be truly there. Right. And it's a great way to run. I'm not sure if those are available to resell on the marketplace or not.
Yep.
They are. Okay. That's interesting too. It's just amazing. I think, that's one of the things that we talk about. And I keep on bringing it back to NBA Top Shot, right? And you guys are doing, like you said earlier, it's like the top shot of gaming. But in this sense, that's similar to, I think that's one step ahead of Top Shot in the game, right? Where it's like, that's when everyone in Top Shot talks about being able to buy a moment at the stadium that you were actually at, right? And it makes so much more connected with that, because some people may only ever go to one NBA basketball game, right? Or, maybe 1 or 2 a year. And if they see an amazing moment and they can tokenize that and have, a piece of that history and that memory in their personal collection, that just, the experience of being a fan is enhanced in that way. So super cool. Way to go on doing that. That's super exciting. And I'm excited to see who you guys partner up with in the upcoming year, because I know you have a lot of plans for growth. I know we're getting a little bit towards the end here, and I think that kind of is a good segue into what you have planned for 2022, unless you want to talk about anything else specifically, because I know, like I said, I wanted this to be for people who are kind of getting introduced to gaming, people who are getting introduced to NFTs, and also for those people who are already pretty well versed in gaming and Twitch streaming, that are wanting to know what Eternal is too. And I think we've done a pretty good job about, keeping it balanced throughout the whole time here. But Is there anything that you wanna hit on for people who to learn about Eternal before we talk about the future and what's coming up and what we can be excited for in the year?
Yeah, look, one thing I want to mention is like you keep saying we have all these cool things, cool features. Like, dude, we have one of the best engineering teams out there by far, and that's why we're able to release these things, test it, really listen to our core community about what they want, what they think will be cool, and build it, right? And ship it super fast. And that's like the one of the main differences and advantages that we have as a team. One more thing is like the Eternal community is absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah.
Our community itself recently organized something called the E100 Lounge,
Okay,
where
let's hear about that.
yeah, if you have a certain what we call gamer score, which is also right now, they built an entire tool themselves to define your gamer score based off your collection. And if you have enough of this, you essentially get access to the E100 Lounge, where they do various giveaways, private gaming servers for the people in the lounge that only they can get access to, and various private events and things that we're trying to support ourselves as well. And another crazy, absolute crazy thing is this game developer, like a legit full-time game developer, has come and said, "Look, this is amazing. I want to make a full-on game around these moments." Right. So now, currently in the works, we have a full game being made based off of eternal moments that you have to connect your account with, and this is just a online player versus player game, which is the details not released yet, so I'll let them release it. You can join our Discord to keep an eye on that. But this is just like things are happening so quick, just from members of community that without our initiation, they all came to us say, "Look, we want to do this," and it's just amazing to see that. And there's just so much crazy, and I'm excited to see what else comes next from the community themselves.
That's really exciting. I mean, I know firsthand. I know their Discord is very active, right? He's not lying when he says the community is amazing at Eternal. Go check it out for yourself. I'll drop the link in the description of this video here so that you can go over directly to Eternal's Discord. But I know it's awesome. One of the things to see is your involvement, Jeff. As a founder of the company, with the Discord and your whole company's involvement too. They talk about that's one of the big things that you look at in an NFT project, right? You look at the team and you bet on the team,
Yeah.
and that's one of that's a great sign that you guys have going on over there. So, the E100 Lounge is and I know it kind of secondhand, not firsthand, but secondhand through a friend of mine that they're doing a lot of things and collaborating with Jeff and Eternal to build a community, so to speak, community-based
Mm-hmm.
initiatives to help drive that platform forward, which is awesome to see. So
It's
super
definitely
exciting. I mean, the things like, just to speak firsthand here, I mean, I have had a couple of these shards, and imagine you sports fans out there who are pulling packs on NFL all day, right? Your chances of getting a standard pack and a rare moment or a legendary moment are very limited in that standard pack, right? Pool parties and shards allow people to come together within the community, bring these shards together and form crystals, and then have that chance at a rare moment increase what, fivefold, tenfold. I don't even know what the odds are, but I know that if you have one of those and you go into that drop, you're going to have a much higher chance of pulling a rare moment, which everyone wants to do anyways. This people who rip packs and NFTs, like the thrill of ripping open the pack as opposed to going on the marketplaces, you never know what you're going to get. And you can use that one pack that's just, a killer pack to maybe even build or propel your entire collection, right?
mm-hmm.
If it's something that you can hold, it's either something you can hold on to or something you can sell and trade into, your favorite player or your favorite streamer.
Yeah,
So lots
for sure.
lots of things like that. So I'm glad you touched on that E100 Lounge because it's cool to see the community stuff that's going on over at Eternal.
For sure. Um, you want to talk about this year? All the cool stuff coming out?
Let's hear it. Yeah. What's some stuff you can tell us about 2022 and what's ahead?
Yeah. What can I say? Here, I'll give you some high level. One is, of course, continue building cool shit, like
Yeah.
stuff like shards, stuff like autographs. We're going to continue releasing really interactive, community-based features. Um, and that's just our engineering team just doing what they do. And then from a business development side, partnerships that we have, there are some stuff that are already done but not yet announced, which are going to be massive. High level, we're going to be touching more on the esports side of things. Right now, we have a lot of creators, which are one by one, but we will be working with a few esports leagues, a
No,
longer term, just like NBA as a league, longer term engagements with those guys to create NFTs from moments within the actual leagues. So be on the lookout for those announcements. And then there's one particular creator that we've signed, not yet released, that we're super excited about. We have a long-term engagement with this person, and I think basically a lot of news is coming out February. Keep an eye out there.
February. I was
Yeah,
gonna say that was gonna be my question. How long do we have to wait to find out this news?
yeah.
February, a couple weeks
Feb
away.
Couple weeks away. A lot of exciting stuff happening there, and just I think once that news is released, everything else will make a lot more sense. But esports, continue working with awesome creators and building just very engaging features, and really paying attention to our collectors is our focus here.
That's amazing. So the esports, tell me just a little bit here because esports, so the content rights must be with that league as opposed to that individual creator when they sign on to a specific team. Is that right?
That's right. So we're essentially working with a higher level organization that will be managing all the content for the league.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
super exciting.
It will make more sense. I'm sure our users and everyone. It'll make a blast in the NFT community as well.
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to
For
see
sure.
it. All right. Well, Jeff, I guess we can just wrap it up from there. Thanks so much for coming on to the show. I think this was super informative for everyone who wants to know what Eternal is up to and how they've gotten to where they are. Just a lot of exciting things that you're building over there, and I can't wait to see them come to fruition in 2022 and beyond. I will be keeping track. I will be, looking to maybe add a couple of moments to my collection as well. And I'll definitely be keeping a lookout for those pack drops. So,
Awesome.
for all of you, thank you for watching this. Jeff, thanks again for coming on. I'm going to leave all the links that you need in the description of this video here. So you can make sure to go ahead and check out that Discord, as well as a couple of articles that I have highlighted that I think are going to be really exciting to keep track of for Eternal. So
Cool. Well, dude, it's been awesome chatting with you and being on the show. And hopefully I didn't embarrass myself too much, but excited to see the actual video get released. And again, join our Discord. We welcome everyone. We have awesome community, friendly users, and it's gonna be an exciting year.
yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely killed it. I'm gonna end the recording here, but maybe we can chat a little bit offline before
Yeah,
we get off. Cool.
for sure.
All right.
Let's do it.
Bye.